Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. I think I meant to play this as a land. Oh, it says upkeep. It's not my turn. That's why. Got it. Yeah, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Pioneer Curious. This is my first match of the day. My opponent says they're playing a brew in their message. Alright, well, let's see whose brew is better. And we drew a blood crypt. That's good. I mean, we don't want to play completely off curve if we can help it. So we have a nice hand. I mean, we have up the curve 1, 2, 3 drops. We need to draw another land here. But what deck are we playing? We're playing Mardu Aristocrats for this month's edition of Pioneer Curious. Um, and they are playing a token deck of some kind. So we're looking to draw into some ways to sacrifice our creatures, I guess. Yeah, so we're looking to ping our opponent 1 damage at a time, 1 sacrifice creature at a time, on the way to some of our bigger threats. Play the Hunted Witness. As long as our opponent's not putting a lot of pressure on us, we're going to continue to take it slow. Try to set up, we'll do a Fable of the Mirror Breaker maybe, or we'll go ahead and do Zulaport Cutthroat. Playing off the back of these two lands, go Zulaport Cutthroat. Maybe probably should have played the Inspiring Vantage there, so we could have played the Zulaport Cutthroat on turn 2. Panharmonicon. This is definitely a brew from our opponent. I like it. So that's a good draw for us. So we can... my original plan was just to go right into Fable, but we like our hand. So I think what we're going to do instead is just run out our creatures, set up for a hasty Butcher the Horde, or even more spicy Ob Nixilis. That will then start synergizing with our Zulaport Cutthroat. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a lot of interaction. Hitting the ground running here with my commentary. So, double Burning Tree. Panharmonicon gets it 4 mana, very nice. And you can tell I'm sort of haven't played this deck in a couple days. Wow, 7 mana. Oh man, so nice. They got a 7/7 on turn 4. That is awesome. I wonder what they're gonna get off of our Cruel Celebrant. No, that's not the best for them. They're gonna play it though. And get some. And then they got a token or a Wily Goblin token. Alright, sure, yeah. Again, I'm just so distracted by my opponents. Wow, and they somehow got... Oh, because it's a double trigger. Got it. So they get a Fable off of us and a Fanatic of Mogus off of... and they won. That was awesome. Well, we were actually set up to have some fun ourselves, but man, look at that. Look at what our opponent did. Turn 4. So they played... Let's see. Turn 3, they played a Panharmonicon, I think, and then turn 4 that was their turn 4. That was incredible. So Pioneer, man, that has some fun to it. All right, what do we even want to do though? Well, we saw their finisher. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. I think they just let me just double check Itali. Each player exiles cards. Okay, you may cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. So they're exiled. Creatures can't pass spells from graveyards or libraries. So that doesn't say anything about casting them from exile. But without paying their mana cost? I mean, at that point, I don't even know what to say. We were dead. I mean, it didn't matter if we hit them for 5 with the Rolling Vortex. We were still dead. So we bring in any sort of removal. I don't even know. I think we'll just run it back. I mean, what's the chances? We were even with a fatal push. It's not like we were interacting with that draw from our opponent. Holy cow, that was an incredible draw. And we are just exactly the kind of deck they want to be up against. So we have a bit of another slow start, but we have the Fable to come back. The 2 Cruel Celebrants. So one thing I haven't seen yet, and I haven't even had a chance to talk about my deck, but I mean, look at what happened to us just there. We're in Aristocrat style deck looking to drain, ping our opponent for one damage at a time via sacrificing creatures for value. And we're a rally cartel. We'll keep it. So we have a Rally the Ancestors once we sack everything to bring everything back. But we're looking to do some damage on the way in and on the way out. So we play the Impact Trimmers. I'm probably going to end up cutting that, to be honest. But we do play Impact Trimmers. Need to do that differently. That hits our opponent for 1 for whenever a creature enters the battlefield. We've yet to even see it. Play 4 of them. We've also yet to see Rally the Ancestors. Play 4 of those. So we've been playing a very fair sort of Aristocrat shell of having our creatures die for value, essentially. And seeing if we can win some games that way. So they get some manas. What's their follow-up? There's no follow-up. Okay, Cartel Aristocrat. So we could just run out the Aristocrat since we have some duplicates in hand. The Cruel Celebrant is nice. This for the long term. We already have 2 black. We probably just want another red source, I think. So now we're in a position that every creature that dies on our battlefield hits them for 2. But they're individual triggers, right? So if we have our Ob Nixilis out, each one of those drains will trigger our Ob Nixilis. So if a single creature dies with Ob Nixilis out, it triggers it twice. I wonder if they don't. They probably have something like Anger of the Gods. Concealed Courtyard. So now we're looking for some of our finishers. So that's probably a reason. No, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we will Fable the Mirror Breaker. We want to play around any sort of sweeper. They're not committing anything to the board. So I have a feeling that they're just thinking, alright, we will. I think we might want to hold on to this land to discard to the Fable. Could be the wrong move, though. Alright, we're going to play it. See what we draw. I mean, if we draw the one of our 4 drops off the top, then we're not going to want to discard. We're going to wish we had played that land. Alright. Trumpeting Carnosaur, yep. Drain them. So, or they just had that. I was going to say they might be waiting for us to commit more to the board to board wipe. They haven't played any creatures, but they could just have an awkward draw. They must be playing a lot of finishers to go with their combo Panharmonicon. That's a good one. So are they just waiting to set up for Panharmonicon again? That's fair. What do we want to do? Let's see what we draw. That's what we wanted right there. All right, so what do we want to discard? Probably, I mean, we kind of just want to discard both cartel aristocrats, actually, since we drew the butcher. And we can get them, there we go. All right, so we drew a land. Yes. And we drew another Grim Initiate. That's pretty good. I mean, we could just go ahead and give it Vigilance, too. Or give it Lifelink. We may not get another chance. I mean, we've seen what the power of our opponent's deck. We might as well give it Lifelink to try to get out of dying range to whatever nonsense they're able to cobble together on the back of this Panharmonicon. They play a Nykthos land into Burning Tree. They have 4 cards. I mean, it could happen. Yep. Is it happening now? They're going to get 4 Thopter tokens. Wow. Okay. Panharmonicon is a fun card. I love it. What do we draw? We need something. That's okay. Man, we're so close right now. So what we have ways to sack. Actually, I think we might be able to. 2. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. I think we can get there actually. So now we get to see our combo come to life here. See, maybe our opponent sees the writing on the wall at this point. And one more time. And we scoop it up, or they scoop it up. They don't scoop it up, they just die. 36-0. Alright, so our opponent lived their dream, crushed us on turn 4. We got to turn 6. It took us to turn 6, but that's the power of the Aristocrat strategy. Double blood artist, essentially. That was the where the Aristocrat strategy came from, was with a blood art when blood artist was legal in the standard format. And a sack outlet with a bunch of replaceable creatures. So they die, they replace themselves. We don't even need the rally. But we are kind of afraid of that Panharmonicon, and we really don't have any way to answer it. So what do we want to do? Anything else? Is there anything in our sideboard that can get us out of this? I don't think so. But I'm glad. I mean, look, Pioneer is making me very happy right now. I forgot to turn on my camera. You'd be seeing me smiling. I'm sure you can tell how I sound happy because, like, man, look at the deck we're playing against. It was so much fun. Mono red Panharmonicon. Who would have thought that was even a thing? We're playing Mardu Aristocrats. They got to go off on turn in game 1. Man, look at this. We do have the rally. We are very close if we can find some drain effects. We could also just do nothing, but we're going to keep it. See the power of the deck, if it's how good it can be. They're also keeping. Impact Tremors. We finally seen the 2 cards I talked about that we hadn't seen yet. Impact Tremors can be the the rug that ties the room together for us. With this kind of hand, we're gonna take a whole turn off to cast it and hope they. I mean, they're playing mono red. What can they do to answer it? Charming Scoundrel, man. This I love it. I play Charming Scoundrel in one of my modern decks, which was not very good. Well, we are definitely going to. We just need a sack outlet. We need a sack outlet. Then all will come together for us. So if we draw a sack outlet, I mean, we want more than a sack outlet. We need to get some damage in, but we have 6 creatures. That's 6 damage. Roll. Um, I mean, we'll block. We get the 1/1 back when ping them. Goblin Chain Whirler. Alright, that's fair. That's a good one for our opponent against our deck, that's for sure. However, we do have... Oh, yes. Okay, there's a sack outlet. Now we need the way to drain. That's what we need. We need a way to drain our opponent. So next turn, if we draw like a Blood Artist effect, we can do both things and start just doing a lot of fun, having a lot of fun, basically. Their follow-up is Terror of the Peaks. Man, they're playing all kinds of fun cards in their deck. We're really far behind now. Oh, and we drew the Zulaport. Is it going to be enough? We really don't want to see an Anger of the Gods. Alright, this is what we got. Our deck has performed. It's drawn us into exactly what we wanted it to do. So now we can go sack, if we wanted, right? We're going to end up blocking, though. They're going to go for... Oh, they're going to probably go for the Zulaport. That's unfortunate for us. How much do we want to drain them? So we could go drain, drain. I don't even know if I'm stacking my triggers correctly. There's so many things to click on. I probably should have just sacked all of those, to be honest, but... And then that might have been enough to kill him next turn, because what's going to happen is that would have drained him to 8. Yep. And then if we drain them to 8, get everybody back and do it again, they might be dead. They may still be dead. We'll see. So they're only singing with that guy. That's fine. What do we draw, though? What would be a good draw for us? Butcher, maybe? Not a land. Return each creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile those creatures at the beginning of your next upkeep. One, two, three. Yeah, we probably misplayed there without the. We should have drained them to 8. That might be the difference in the game. However, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna get them all. I think maybe we just go for it now. So if we cast it now, 1, 2, 3, 4. They go to 6. Sack 1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah, I think we just do it now. And I think they're dead. Man, this deck is so much fun. I will not lie. Holy cow. I love it so much. And they scoop it up. Yeah, I mean, that is exactly, holy cow, turn 5 this time. I mean, that's the power of the deck. I spoke it and it came into being, right? I wanted the sack outlet and a, let's get the deck list up so you can see it. A sack outlet and a blood artist effect. And that's exactly what we got. And that was enough. I mean, 3 Hunted Witnesses, and you saw the impact tremors, right? I was just so close to cutting it, but I was like, I want to see how it does. I really want to give it a chance, and you saw how much of an extra reach it gave us. That rally was lethal. Maybe it would have been lethal without the impact tremors had we sacked those 2 creatures to get them to 8. I think it probably would have been. But with it, I mean, there was no question it was lethal. Each one of these sacked becomes, it comes in, does 4. Sack on the way out. These guys, right? 2 when you sack it the first time. 1, I mean, that's 4 damage per creature in that situation. That's incredible. Man, that was fun. And I mean, my opponent's deck was awesome. I loved it. And it looked really janky and fun. All right, so we'll try it again. I'll put it on the camera this time, but thanks for watching. I'll be ready to commentate immediately upon starting the next match. But this is Johnny Cycles for CyclesGaming.com. I'll catch y'all on the next one. This has been another edition of Pioneer Curious. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles. If you haven't already, check out my website, CyclesGaming.com, where you can read about my various commander decks, watch my modern brews in action, read the articles and watch the gameplay from my Pioneer decks, and read my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, that I'm publishing serially. If you like the content, please click that subscribe button on YouTube. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.